Hey guys, so we are Group One, the Disruptors, and we are presenting on Marie Jackson, Revitalizing Renfield Farms. Funny story, this is all about a dairy farm, and I'm lactose intolerant. But, it is what it is. So let's get to it. First and foremost, Renfield Farms was founded by Donald Franklin in 1964 in Maine. So this company was originally only distributed in the Northeast, and their biggest sale in the beginning was their organic milk named Nourish. And then in 1991, they became nationwide distributors for their organic products. And then in 1993, they just kind of popped up into the scene and came out with their all natural yogurt. So, like I said, first milk, then yogurt. So they were expanding their products in order to take control of the organic market. So, a few hallmarks of Franklin's Renfield Farms when he was in charge. Um, the branding for the product was very visually appealing to the customers. Like I said, the brand was built around being nutritious and wholesome, which was the main thing that he wanted for the company because he wanted something that was good not only for his family but for all families out there. The company culture and the employee loyalty ran really deep. They believed in Franklin, they believed in the products, they believed in the company. So that encompassed a really good company culture. And they were the first dairy company to focus on brand and marketing. So before it was just kind of like everyone buys dairy products, but they really wanted to take control of the market. So that's what they did. Another big thing for Franklin when he was in charge was his decentralized structure as far as how he ran the business. That was very innovative. Not a lot of people run their business that way. Profitability was really good as far as their company, and it encouraged internal competition within the departments. So every department was like its own little business, and that helped motivate everyone, kept everyone on their toes, and they were definitely trying to come up with new products and just be at at their very best, top of the line. Real quick, a quote from Franklin. I don't believe in forced cooperation within our business. We have empowered our product line and production facility managers to operate as independent business units. This encourages initiative, responsiveness, and profitability throughout the company. Like I said, his decentralized structure was a huge part of how he ran Renfield Farms. Um, Real quick on our SWOT, I'm going to go over the strength, which is a couple of things that I already talked about when it came to Franklin and when he founded it. So they were a leading producer of conventional and organic dairy products. They were the first nationwide organic dairy supplier, like I mentioned. First mover advantage with all natural lines, strong brands, passionate employees, strong company culture, and growth by acquisition. So all of this was definitely the starting point when Franklin took over. I'm sorry, when he founded it. So yeah, that's my part. And now Tawana is going to go on to the weaknesses.
Yes, I'll be starting with the weaknesses in the company. They had a decentralized business structure, which kind of it was a strength that now became a weakness because the need for them to be a cohesive team came into play so they could reestablish the business. Low accountability within departments, weak leadership development, the lack of product innovation, and the lack of social media presence was another weakness for the organization. Next slide, please. The opportunities for Renfield Farms, other dairy product lines, growth due to life cycle trends, meaning that young people are wanting to lead more healthier lifestyles, premium products, new product innovations, developing current product lines, and social media engagement. The threats for Renfield Farms. Competitors became really, really innovative when it came down to bringing out organic products, new products disrupting existing lines, meaning that our competitors were bringing out products that we already brought out, but they did a better job at it. Mature markets, volatile commodity cost, low profit margins, fragmentation, meaning that now consumers are pretty much educating themselves about what's nutritious for them via internet information, and they are deciding to that separates the market, and demand fluctuations is the final threat. Post Franklin leadership was very difficult for the company to replace Franklin. He was a very strong and inspiring leader. So they hired to a couple of chief executive officers within the company, and they were described as bland and inspiring. So Franklin's leadership was definitely lasting on the organization.
And so the challenges that had been created with the bad leadership led to the company losing market share to major competitors that wanted to also provide organic products to the market. There was a lack of innovation for the different new products that were available within the segments they were looking at working in. And then public relations issues. There was an incident where uh, they had somebody had taken a hidden camera into a facility and taken pictures, and it spread. The video had spread like wildfire on social media, and Renfield Farms didn't have a social media presence or somebody monitoring such things, and so we're completely blindsided by something that that we see every day in today's world. The company started developing shrinking profitability because they had such increased competition within their markets. Uh, you know the best way for them to compete was to try to become the low cost or uh, uh, differentiator within the market. And so they had shrinking profitability. There was lack of a cohesive mission, and the fact that the company really didn't know what they stood for anymore. The identity was really something that was ingrained in Franklin, and Franklin was the company. His vision, he was the culture. And then they had to deal with competition within a mature market, and competition within a mature market is, next slide, is is dealing with competing in a market that has low to no growth over periods of time. As you can see in the current slide right now, over the course of 5 years, the growth is really flat, and so that increases the competition and it puts pressure on prices. So you really have to be lean and mean and really be a great be in great business to compete in this level. Then came Marie Jackson. Marie Jackson was an MBA. She didn't start out as an MBA. She started off as a marketing analyst at Procter and Gamble, and then she went off to University of Virginia Darden School of Business, where she became an MBA, and then took various roles within Coca-Cola. Those roles started, from local brand manager all the way to global brand manager, and then ended up becoming a VP of marketing within the company. Her uh, she was described as exuberant and brilliant in marketing, and so from Coca-Cola she left the major company, and she was given an opportunity to go work for Crivelli Candies, where she assumed the role of CEO in 2006. When she came there, the company was on the verge of bankruptcy, and so what she did is she utilized her uh, past experience to first create a social media presence for the candy, and then enable rapid responses to marketing trends, uh, and then strengthen relationships with her trade partners. And from those three actions alone, she was able to take this struggling company that had $250 million in sales and double it to $500 million a year. And then she came to Renfield Farms in 2014, 2013, and she said, "It is my mission to restore the reputation of Renfield Farms and create a vibrant, prosperous path going forward." And so she really wanted to put her vision into the minds of all the employees, and so she had town halls to kind of let everybody know what was going on. And so her first step was to, use her marketing background to fix the disjointed product strategies. As you've already heard, the company had business units within it that were working through a decentralized structure, and they were essentially semi-autonomous within their markets, and they directed their local product strategy. And that worked for the time that Franklin was there. But when Marie Jackson came there and sales were struggling, she decided that that was no longer the way it was going to be done. And so she created brand groups to coordinate product and brand strategies within the different product lines. And that was the first major success that she had. Next slide. Step number two, she wanted to connect with the customers. Before, during Franklin's time, and probably in the time of our parents and our grandparents, the way to advertise and market was through newspapers, TV, radio, traditional marketing methods. Um, and those are often one-sided. You can put it out there, but you really can't see the response of the customer. And so there's really no customer engagement or interaction with that. And so while that worked previously, it wasn't working for them now. And so what they had found was their brand had become really stagnant and boring. And so what she wanted to do is she wanted to put together a social media strategy, and she ended up creating a social media game, or just kind of app where you combine different ingredients to customize your yogurt. And it was a hit with the customers. The customers loved it, and it gave a lot of brand visibility. Her ultimate goal was to grow the brand through the looking for people that were looking to enhance their lifestyles life early in their life cycle. So really, she wanted to expand her demographics to younger people, uh, because she felt that that was a great strategy for growing their current sales. Next slide. And then third, she wanted to optimize their current and available resources to move on just beyond the natural food market. Um, when Franklin had left, they understood that their core competency was organic milk and organic products, wholesome, nutritious, and that's where they wanted to go. And that worked for them at that time. But dealing with stagnant sales, shrinking profitability, Marie Jackson knew that she had to change her strategy altogether. And so what she did was she leveraged the structures, systems, incentives to support the new vision and move beyond her core competency, beyond natural food to more conventional products. And this was another way that she helped increase the sales. Next slide.
Okay, so based on the analysis that we did, that we performed on the Renfield Farm situation, we come up with three solutions and one recommendation. Basically, the first one is focused on how the company needs to handle change. Uh, okay, can you go back, please? The second one is focused on organizational structure. what structure they have right now and how we suggest to change it. The third one is focus on how they are managing the strategy. So we are going to suggest a process. And the final one is a recommendation. We see that maybe a transformational officer and team could be some roles that the company needs in order to move through the strategy. Please, next slide. The first one is remember that human nature resists to the change. So based on that, we think that a methodology is suggested because when we check all the actions, all the initiatives that the company made on visions, on launching some products, everybody, all the actions were successful, but in the short time, not in the long time. So this suggestion is how we can handle or how we can encourage all the people, employees, to handle the change. So 5 steps here. The first one is that everybody needs to know what is the company situation. Maybe some metrics is going to be help, like a profit, like a sales, like a market share, in order to everybody are in the same page. The second one is decide. Everybody needs to decide the change. What is the benefit for me if I change? The third one is knowledge. Now I aware of the situation, I want to change, and the third one is what I need to know in order to help my team to pass through this change. The fourth is the ability, the skills, the behaviors that I need to know in order to perform this change. And the last one is we need, or it's very, it's highly recommended to implement an incentive plan to foster change. So basically, this is a tool that we are suggesting in order to help the company to create value in the long term. Next slide, please. The third one is related to the organizational structure. Basically, here we review the structure that the company currently has, and this is based on functional groups. So here we thought that it's very hard that functional groups collaborate each other. So here what our suggest is to create groups, but not in function, or instead of function in regions, and create collaboration between employees. The current structure has 3 main groups. The first one is sales and distribution. The second one is production. The third one is brand group. And this, it's very difficult that with this structure, they can collaborate each other. So here is to put all the functions in one region and repeat this structure for all the regions. We are very sure that this new structure is gonna foster creativity, problem solving mindset, and decision making capability. And also, this is gonna be based on Franklin's vision that all the regions, all the top management has contact with the customer. They are empowered to take decisions. So this is something that we can take from Franklin vision. And also, this is going to help to communicate all the changes that the new CEO is taking and pass it on to the regions. The suggestion here is to add in the corporate function one more leader, which is going to be focused on the transformational situation in order to take care about the strategy, how effective it is. We need to make some changes, or everything is good. And here, something that is very important is that the top management is on the same page in order to support from all point of view, financially and even emotionally. The top management needs to support this strategy. Next slide, please. And the last one is we highly encourage to the company to implement an strategy management process. Basically, the company already have vision, mission, goals, and we suggest that maybe you need to redefine this vision, this mission, and goals, mentioning very clear objectives, and be sure that everybody knows what is their place in the vision, in the mission, and the goals. The second one is the SWOT analysis and strategy formulation. Basically, the company has this, but the next two steps are the ones that are not very clear in the company, because someone needs to lead this implementation. Someone needs to be sure that the strategy is going to be in place in the company. And also, is this same leader needs to take control of the strategy in order to hear the feedback from the employees and make some changes in order to be successful the strategy. Something that it's that where we can help as a consultant is the company have 50 years of knowledge, 50 years in the market. You know how to do products, you know the customer. Here, our purpose is to help with this solution to the company in order to be successful in the short and the long term. Thank you.